It's been raining cat and dogs. I don't know what they call it. I busy cat and mouse. No, it's cat and dog, I suppose. For the past 4 freaking days. Like, for real. Hmm. Even as I speak to you now, it's raining seriously. Like, every activity we've been having this weekend, in fact, it has been a rainy weekend. You can imagine since on Friday, this rain started. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and today, Monday. It's like it's even getting worse, honestly speaking. But we thank God because the rain is what people need. There are places that they are crying for rain. They are literally praying to God for rain. So we should thank God in every situation we find ourselves. The praises and things of the Lord is very important. Yes, of course. But the weather is cool, though. But I like it, though. Okay, people of God. I don't know. No one is up here yet. Let me wait a little bit. Should I hang around? I don't even know the right time now to come online and meet you guys available. This game is getting interesting. It's getting very, very interesting. Do you know the thing about these housemates is that they are good at clocking each other's game, but they are literally not necessarily doing anything tangible with clocking the game. Mm-hmm. Some are even feeling like Jay-Z and Beyonce of the house. You guys know what I mean. That is Bright Morgan and his his situationship. Ah, wow. And situationship with Midi. Those two people are feeling like they are one kind celebrity couples. They are feeling like one power couple, especially Midi. The way Midi feels like she needs to stand up for her man. She needs to protect her man. Sister, don't worry. When you go out of that house, your eye will clear. Don't worry yourself. Mm-hmm. Feeling like one item in the house, even making Isabella. What does Isabella has against me? Isabella has nothing against me just because of Bright. Like, oh my god, like Mide turned out to be the most disappointment that I ever expected. Like the way she started, right? The strength in which she started. Ah, at this point, I wish the eviction was 3 yesterday and Bright went home. Media will become calm. I trust me. Like, I hope it happens next week anyway. I hope Bright does not for any reason get eviction, what do you call it, immunity or something. I hope he gets to face his karma on Sunday and evict the. Okay, I won't say evicting Vickers as a karma anyway. It's not their house. It's not like they are going to be there forever, or it's not like they're going to be. They are meant to be there. Like obviously they have to leave, but I don't know the way these two people are feeling like they are the game. People love them, is becoming somehow. I don't know how they got to the point they got to, but personally, I'm not for their sheep. I don't like Bright and Miday's sheep. I don't know. This season looks like sheep of a thing. I used to like sheep. I used to like sheeps a lot. When I see them, I love love, right? But looking at the so-called ships that have been forming for the longest of time in the Big Brother house, it's not genuine, it's not legit, it's weird, it's whacked, it's fake, it's using it for, well, obviously it's okay because someone like Kola has even admitted that he's only using Midi for that. Midi is his storyline. Yeah, even yesterday Faith challenged him that um Imisi is resourceful to him, but it's not news that men use women for resources purposes. Women are the resources. That's the truth. We are the ones that have every freaking thing to bring to the table. When that statement of what do you guys bring to the table came on board, I'm like, are you guys for real? Do you want us to go there? do you people really want us to go there? And then when you see some content online, it's so weird. There was one content I watched like that. One man was saying that I don't even want to call him man of God because that would be disrespectful. So let me call him just one man like that, saying that women are saying that they are equal to men. Okay, if that's the case, they should women should, after the man goes to pay bride price, the woman too should also go and pay her own. Oh, that's interesting. That's very, very interesting. If men want us to go deep, hmm? Now they're beginning to go deep, right? Let me see. If we go deeper, I hope nobody will cry. But the thing Faith said yesterday was facts. He said, your friends will meet Amy C because she's resourceful to you. Yes. He said it along the line that was, well, let's just assume it was out of anger, where he said that after this house, he's not going to have anything to do with Emisi. And I'm like, wow, ooh, I'm surprised. Kola is not going to have anything to do with Emisi after Big Brother shoe. I'm surprised. Indeed. Don't mind me, it's just pure sarcasm. So yesterday that he was busy crying that he got betrayed by, like, I don't know. Well, they are the ones living in that house, so there are some things that they wouldn't see that we the viewers will see. Now there was a statement Bright even made yesterday, and I was like, see, you guys, if you guys have not seen through this guy, then you guys are just plainly dumb. Like, you guys just chose to be on that lane. Now, yesterday when she was complaining, when Mide was complaining to Bright about Emisi, where she said Emisi comes, laugh with her. Mhm. The way they are talking is like they're even doing Emisi a favor for cooking, for eating the food she cooks. Are you guys for real? Oh goodness God. These are the same people that walk up to Emisi and beg her to add them in her cooking they want to eat. But now they are making it look like it was because of Kola. We started saying hi to her. We started eating her food. We said as if Emisi really cared in the first place. Now that's the part I love about Emisi. Emisi doesn't give a she doesn't give and whatever about anybody in that house. Now there was a statement that for me stood out and it sounded offensive to me rather. And he said when media was complaining about Miss you, guess what he says? "Na Yoruba sister when I will sort him out." Like that tells you that these people are not seeing how Bright views them. Look at the statement now, your Yoruba sister. So it tells you that that statement sounded like like something he just threw randomly, but that statement is deep. What is now your Yoruba sister when I go settle am? Like, make it make sense. It means that Bright is just there with them for whatever it is he's doing there. But in reality, he doesn't rate them. Do you understand? He doesn't sample them. He doesn't rate them at all. Like, imagine. Do you know there was even something he said again when the whole drama of the eviction, where Joanna and Mide were literally exchanging. Well, I won't say. I would not use the word exchanging, but they were saying the things they were saying about Isabella, a lot of back and forth. Now, when um Bright came upstairs. Thelma was seated there. I think they were trying to sort themselves, getting ready for head of house tax. The next thing Bright said, and which to me again came off offensive. Maybe I'm the one watching things and getting offended unnecessarily. He said that where is his anglerfish? What kind of thing is this? You could see that this girl, like that was very highly insensitive. You can see that this girl was offended by that name. Yeah, when Ebuka decided to burst the bubble that he said I think maybe Ebuka did that thing on purpose. I can't tell where he confronted Imisi for calling Mide anglerfish and calling Joanna Dracula. God, these people will not kill me. Hi! They say man is a social animal, but the animals that we are okay. Now EBC now said she didn't do that. She said she didn't call anybody, that it was Isabella that said that. That she only called them backing dogs, which she demonstrated in front of them. But behind them, she said she didn't call anybody those names. And you could see that those names pained, especially Joanna, that Dracula thing pained her. Eh? Like she literally could not control herself yesterday. Like a repeat of Ivata and Mensan happened again yesterday, and it was a whole lot going on and on. And then Thelma kept pushing on that fact that Sultana called Isabella dirty. She had issue with her hygiene instead of that filler she has on her bum, whatever. And they were also using that against her. And I love the fact that Isabella didn't give her, she didn't care. She didn't care. And the issue of Sultana calling her names, I think they sorted it out at this point. They're cool, right? They sorted it out. Meanwhile, during the live nomination eviction show, sorry, live eviction show, I did. Where was I? Have I been watching under my television, or probably because of my commitment for some few weeks and for the past few weeks, and probably I've missed out on a lot of things already. But it's just like a week plus. I think I was away from the show somehow. I was watching it mostly only at night. Yeah, because I was out of the house most of the day. I knew that Thelma and Rooboy were having some back and forth, but I didn't know that Rooboy actually declared his intentions to Thelma. And I'm like, okay. They say man, a woman no dey ever big pass man, abi? Woman no dey pass man, you know? But I just saw, I'm like, "Rude boy, the F13, you look someone like Thelma. See that giant, see you here, on her shoulder. See that giant. And you're saying you like her. Nah, rude boy self. Be like say, they fear, they fear some kind consequences. Like, I was surprised that rude boy was making advances at Thelma. I'm like, okay. So probably that was the cause of their very first fight. They had this very serious issue that was like 2 weeks ago, but they sort of settled it. And then this whole thing again that is getting worse and worse. And Rude Boy said what he said, and I'm glad. It's almost like whatever it is he said yesterday, he had wanted to say it for the longest of time, and I'm happy for him that he was able to let it out. Thelma was that Thelma is rude. She talks anyhow. Plus the fact that it's linked to them losing their wager, and I'm glad Ebuka said something that was always that I wish I could say it for the housemates to hear, but Ebuka is our mouthpiece, obviously, and he declared how this set of Big Brother housemates were very unserious when it comes to wager. And it's true. I can count with this my one hand, the number of times that these housemates have won their wages. And this is week 8 we're talking about. This show is roughly going to come to an end in the next 2 weeks. And every freaking week, there is a specific wager tax from week 1. And for the love of God, you guys have been like, I don't know. I said in one of my live stream that these sets are the most uncreative. They don't think out. I don't know. They are entertaining. Don't take it out of context. They are the ideal life, what do you call it? They are the ideal reality TV show content creators, right? In that aspect, I give it to them. But the problem is that they do not have the depth, right? That they do not have that depth that can carry them through most of the wager. That is why faith alone does most of it. Faith is right now he's the guy. Okay, like let's say last season, right? Onyeka was another person that was very good with wagers, but everyone had something to very tangible to bring to the forefront of the wager preparation till the wager presentation. But in this case, there is none whatsoever. The only thing I see mostly that is glaring, especially on the path of Thelma, is one kind of envy and on unnecessary competition with Faith. For me, that energy should be channeled into trying to do better. Faith doesn't send any of them, and that's why he's the most influential housemate for the second time. But this most influential housemate, who does the voting? Because the expressions of the housemate doesn't look like they do this voting by themselves, and we have never been shown that process of voting for the most influential housemate. Could it be that it's from the diary room conversations that such conclusions are drawn? Because even last week that K Bobo won the most influential, I'm still trying to get it. Was it his thing that he was doing with Ivata that won him the most influential? I'm still trying to understand what parts he played that gained him the most influential. But that's by the way, to be honest with you. If the housemates are the ones doing the voting, then I wonder how Faith was able to get the title of the most influential twice. And everyone knows what comes with the title of the most influential: immunity, of course. So at this point, a lot of them want to evict Faith, but they're still keeping him in the house. Like, I don't get it. That's why I said, that's why I was happy with what Faith said when he was talking about different tactics in the house. Of course, he had this opportunity to like talk trash things out, like iron things out with most of the housemates based on so many disagreements. In fact, he even gave us, we the audience, a bigger picture to get um to understand some of the fights that was involving Faith. But me, I've said it and I'm still going to say it based on the things I'm watching. Faith has a characteristics of a COVID narcissist where he just sits down, stare the pot invisibly, and then it explodes and he's just sitting down watching. And he says what he says, like, I don't, he Faith, his manner of confrontation sometimes doesn't even look like a confrontation, but it is deep. Like I said, someone aspiring to be a neurologist, he's doing a lot with the human brain. So I understand where he's been with a lot of human feelings here. So maybe I should stop here. No one is up here. But basically, I was really surprised personally about the issue with Thelma and Rooboy, and the fact that Thelma is only like, that's the difference between Thelma and Sultana. So Thelma would uprightly accept whatever it is we have features. But Sultana is a little bit of a coward. I'm sorry, I'm using that word, because she was even surprised when she saw Isabella facing Joanna with Anidi head on. Like, you could see Sultana was surprised, because if it was Sultana, I don't know, Sultana does not have control over her tongue, but when she's being confronted, she's scared. So if you know you they fear, then try to control your tongue. Try not to say things that will get you into trouble. Meanwhile, yesterday, Sultana and Jason Jane were having a conversation. It looks like okay, Jason J was going to have a conversation with her, and then after the whole head of house thing, da, 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 and then she went, I think, to go and meeting with the guys and for their conversation. So they sat by the poolside and they were having a conversation. It's so unfortunate. Well, you know, at the end of the day, this housemate will tell us there are so many things that they don't show. So probably there are some bits or pieces and pieces of the context that they do have their conversation that we do not see. And so from what we are just being showed, we draw our own conclusions, and probably our conclusions are not correct. Why is Sultana apologizing to Jason J? Why is Sultana enabling Jason J? I still hate using the word narcissist, but why is Jason J giving me that vibe of I can eat my cake and still have it back? Why is he? I don't get it. There's this wash, rinse, and repeat system between Sultana and Jason J, and I'm not happy with it. And if anything, Jason J has not even been of any good to Sultana. If anything, Jason J is even will I say, he's dragging Sultana in the mud. Like, he doesn't, for me, where I sit and watch these people on TV, yeah, it's a game and all that, but still inside the game, there's something deep going on. To me, he doesn't even care about her feelings. Honestly speaking, he doesn't care about her feelings because he just sees her as something he has acquired in the house and he can do whatever he wants to do with. Because why, how dare you confront Sultana about how she deals with Joanna? I don't understand. And we all know, we all see, like 2 weeks ago, also, if I'm not mistaken, right? Sultana, Jason J and Joanna were very close to kissing each other. They were this close to kissing each other. It was busy, I don't know, claiming to massage. You know, he see, I don't know why Sultana gives the kind of attention she gives to Jason J. Is she truly, has she caught, like, what? I know in that house you need someone, you need a shoulder to lean on, but I don't understand what is going on between Sultana and Jason J. Why is Jason J disregards accountability totally when it comes to Sultana. One, and number two, why Sultana indulges him. Even yesterday at first, while they were having the conversation, at first, I love the way she was um like she was making some things really clear to him, in as much as, yeah, along the line she was interjecting, but then it was okay for her to interject because his conversations did not make any sense. Do you understand? When I now understood what he was saying at the beginning, because at the beginning when she was interjecting in between his conversation, I was like, Sultana, wait, let's hear what Jason J is saying. But when I heard what he was saying, it was just the usual, the usual. And I like the fact that she was interjecting, but and fixing, like talking the way she was. Like for the first time, I think Sultana was a bit bold in addressing issues with Jason J. But the only problem I still had again was the fact that she was still apologizing. What is it about the way the Jason J corners this girl? What exactly is the problem? Or are these ladies just acting it out? Like, I don't get it. Why would you be apologizing to Jason J? If anything, Jason J should be the one apologizing to you. Mm-hmm. Jason J should be the one apologizing to you, because it feels the disrespect, the way the Jason J throws it to Sultana's face is too much. For me, Sultana would be better off without Jason J. I wish she can just cut him off and just stay on her own, play with her people, other people around the house that she's cool with. Because Jason J for me will be Sultana's downfall. If the two of them are still in that house, like, that will be her downfall. Like, that boy doesn't rate her. If anything, you know, hmm, the only time I'll say he stood up for her, which I'm not saying he should enable her bad behavior, like even when she urinated on Dede's box, of course, that was a turn off, right? But he's not like you. How would I even compare? What will I even compare? When you guys are together, either a situationship or whatever ship in imaginary or involved, there has to be this solidarity. It's just like what Kwenyi said yesterday after the live eviction show, that he's happy about what Imisi did to Isabella. He labeled it as Isabella uh, being gotten that's been betrayed by Imisi. But to me, I didn't see it that way. And I'm glad, you see, they are cool with each other, their thing. But it's just so somehow that Imisi just walked out to the garden and left Isabella taking the heat on her own. Or I think she wanted Isabella to take the initiative to also just follow her to the garden, like, and I love the way Isabella just stood there, because it was not coming off like Isabella was guilty, and that's not Isabella is not the first person to address any of the housemates by animal names. Let's don't forget, Dede started it calling those guys fishes, then followed by calling Queen Chihuahua, and then Isabella calling Joanna Deraku. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Like, it's funny. Honestly, let's be real here. It's funny calling oh God, and it's in pain, Joanna. Ah, that name did the team. Boy, Isabella get bad mouth, sha. And them to they entered out. They said, look at her, she has hunch. Yeah, sha, be what I don't know. Like, they also, I don't know for them, sha. But I'm glad that these housemates are low key confrontational, right? And it's interesting anyway. But Ebuka really outdid himself yesterday. Like, there wasn't so much questioning in the house, but there was a lot of exposure in the house. And towards the ending, he said, most of you are closer to your enemies, like you push your friends away and you're closer with your enemies. And it's so unfortunate that most of the people that were busy shouting, yeah, yeah, they are the ones that Ebuka is talking about. Number one, Bright. Number two, Midi. Number three, Dede. Dede that is shouting. Anyway, the thing is that when they all come out, me, the person I feel for the most, and I hope she has the capacity to carry the whole thing on her shoulder, which I believe she does for someone who has three fishes, although the fishes are gradually swimming away, is Dede. Coming when she comes out of the house and realizes that a lot has been said about her, especially on the part of Kola. Well, at the end of the day, I think she might not really get, it might not really get to her, and who knows, she already knows. Maybe she's just playing her game, because after the Saturday night party, look what she did to Kola. And you know what, Kola self keeps shooting himself on the leg without realizing. Small thing you do with Dede, you have run to go and tell okay, don't run to go and do your media run, especially Bright. He has run to go and tell Bright he did this, he did this. So when Dede repeats that, does some PDAs again with Koyi in public, he now like kind of disgraces Kola. Do you understand? Because it's just like me now feeling special about a particular thing, and then that same thing that I was feeling special about, I now see you doing it for someone else. So, which means it's not special to begin with. And the person I am pitying, well, it's good for him. He's still relevant, even if he's not in the house. It's Kanyi Kumi. Like, see the way the boy is just chopping straight bullets in the house. Like, okay, not necessarily chopping straight, but they are using the Kanyi Kumi situation to sort of mock her. That it was Mide that was using it for that, because they just needed to give her something that was going to hit her back, because whatever it is she said, it hit below the belt and it was painful, it was hurtful to them. So whatever thing they were going to use against her, they were craving it, they were looking for it, they body shamed her, they used her relationship with Kayikumi against her. Like, and the fact that her makeup of yesterday was, in fact, since Isabella has entered the house, she has never made this kind of fine makeup before. She was looking so pretty yesterday with her fine dress, and they were now saying that she's always bragging that she has 10 million, and that, and she doesn't. Oh God, Isabella. Like, I didn't know she had such thick skin, because of those her cry, all those her cry that was small thing like this, it triggers her. And you see how life is. This is somebody that walked into the house and said she wasn't interested in female friendships. But as it stands now, she's the one with even the most female friendships. She has Sultana, she has Inisi. So, and all of the guys now have just been nothing but what will I say? Have just been nothing but will I say, use the word betrayal to her? What did Kanyikumi say before he left? That caller was narrating to her, and what exactly is good. But Koyi tried, though, for Koyi's level. He tried. You know why I said he tried? After winning head of house, I don't know why I saw online some people were saying Koyi disgraced Dede. Koyi disgraced Dede. How? Does Koyi and Dede have anything? Because for me, I think whatever they are doing is for content. And honestly, there's something Dede is doing, and I don't like it. Right? She's more intentional in creating content for herself in the house for the housemates than creating content for we the viewers. Because what is that thing she was saying? Was it on Friday or so that she was lying down on one of the couch? She covered herself with the duvet that she was telling Kola to bring his head inside so that the housemates would think that they are kissing her. Like, that was why that other time that people were saying she kissed Queen, I said she didn't. They didn't. Like, if I could see vividly, because maybe you see, at the end of the day we see things differently. But to me, what I saw that day, she and Queen did not kiss. It was that illusion that she was still trying to create again with Kola. So I am at that side of Dede now. I don't like it. Why are you creating artificial content? Yeah, I know all of you are creating artificial content there, but let your own don't be too plastic. Let it don't be too, like, it's more, she's more interested in what the housemates will say about her than what we the viewers will be saying about her. And to me, it doesn't make any sense. Do you understand? Her game is awesome if only her fishes are around, and that's why you see she's desperately keeping Kola by her side, because so far among all of the fishes, the only person she can truly really control is Kola. Jason J right now, I don't even think he hardly even sits down. So I can't remember when last they had any conversation, aside from maybe when they are preparing for their task, and then when they are in the, like the last task that they won, they were actually in the same group. Then Koyi is not is someone that he can just get up and do his thing, and she can't stop him. And just like what he did yesterday, I was very happy. I was very, very happy. Like, for me, Koyi just made it balance. And you see one thing with this body contact, people look down on body contact, but you see this body contact is very dangerous. So, do you know that low key Koyi, it doesn't necessarily have to be genuine feelings, but you could tell that Koyi is sort of getting drawn to Isabella. You guys should correct me if I'm wrong. He's sort of getting drawn to Isabella because Dede, we all know, is his very good friend. Very, very good friend. And even the Dede herself has this bragging right where she feels that Koyi cannot just let her down easily. You get. So she herself was surprised when Koyi did not choose her, because even when he called Jason J was shocked. Like, Jason J didn't see it coming. Yeah, everyone just suspected he was going to pick Dede. When he didn't pick Dede, like even the Dede herself was surprised. Isabella too was surprised because for me, I think Isabella was already beefy, like she was already packing herself. She was already strengthening herself. She was already feeling that the boy was going to embarrass her. Sure, you understand by and when he didn't pick Dede, she was shocked. For me, I think it even helped us more because that yesterday if he had picked Dede, that girl for cry. So you see this body contact, people should be careful. It might not necessarily. I know that men are good with casual relationships over women, but it still does not cancel the fact that both of you are playing with your emotions, and that's a very dangerous thing. Honestly, when Queen chose Jason J, I shouted, I said, thank God. Like I don't know why I was happy, right? I didn't know why I was very pleased with what Koyi did, right? Because unlike Jason J, and surprisingly, Jason J actually slept in that head of house lounge with Koyi. I didn't think he was going to sleep there because of for the longest of time we know the things that have been happening with him and going on with him and Sultana, and it's so unfair. I still say Jason is too unfair to Sultana. It's not like these people know each other from outside that they will say they have one certain understanding, or rather, it's in the house that they build that understanding. It's so weird to me the kind of relationship dynamics that Jason J and Sultana has, but that's their business, none of my business. Aisha is my business because I'm actually watching the show. Yeah, hi. Hey, baby girl, how you doing? Where have you been, girl? Are you still in the same city with me? I don't like the way Jason J is treating Sultana. And Sultana doesn't seem to see. I don't know. Just like these housemates, when they come out, they begin to tell us stuff that we are not aware of. So probably there is something there. There's something there because to me it's not normal. Hmm? And I love what Koini did. I don't know. As a small boy like this that has sense. Eh? I was so happy. I said Dede was just forcing, like you could see, even there was the shock. You know, one thing I like with Dede is the fact that her face somehow does not really carry her emotions. There, her face is somehow expressionless. Yeah, you don't see things easily on her face. Plus, the fact that when she finished wearing her foundation and powder, that makeup is snatching the face beat is beating the face. You literally cannot see through her emotions easily. Unlike Isabella, you could easily see through her emotions, but you see, Dede is a bit stiff. Dede is a little bit stiff. Yeah. Yes. Walk as time. Abi, are you serious? Thank you so much, Olivia. I really appreciate. Thank you so much. And this season, they didn't want to move to K-Bobo. Me too. I was shocked when I saw yesterday she was playing with him. And the K-Bobo we willingly accept. But you know, K-Bobo too had eyes for her. When he first came in, he just said that she was a snob. He said she would give you that green light when you're trying to come close. She would now go away. Yeah, I noticed it because I was surprised the way she took her time and was playing yesterday. And if you see, I look maybe from a I don't know from a viewer point of view. And if you notice that yesterday in the game, she was being too like let's say she was flirtatious, low key. She was flirtatious. She was taking her time, and that is unlike Dede. Dede was taking her time yesterday with K-Bobo. God, I thought I was the only one that noticed it when they were playing that game. Look, even the K-Bobo himself was surprised that Dede was giving him this much attention. Even he himself, he was shocked that Dede was giving him so much of her time, you know? But it was banned because that yesterday, Sef Kola did not even remember that they existed in that house because he was carrying his own cross. He was carrying his own burden of feeling betrayed by his bosom friend, Bright. And imagine Bright sat down after. See, I don't, that's why I said, I don't know what Bright is. You see, Bright, I wish that yesterday was three people that were evicted. You see, even Media will humble. She will start packing her box because look at what happened between Doris and Dinari. Doris left this week. And you know, for the longest of time, Big Brother show has been in that pattern where if one of the sheep is broken, the other person is following the other week. It's just Isabella that I would say was lucky not to follow her sheep. Yes, nice. Isabella that was lucky not to follow her sheep. In as much as Sabrina was didn't evicted per se, she had to go home because of her health and all of that. But you could just see coincidentally Ortega was following her the next time. You understand? So if you look at the pattern of Big Brother show, most of the time when one ship one is broken, it's and okay, another lucky person again that I think her ship did not drag her out was last season no lose guard Wani when Sean left. Okay, Wani didn't go because Wani had already a strong like Wani was good outside. But if the other person does not really have a strong fan base, the person will go. You understand? So if you look at the pattern, it has even Zita, if not for the things she does in the house that we the audience now got to find out that this is what Zita does. When Dan Bo's kid left, Zita would have followed him. I saw the interview with Doris, Big Soso, and Ivata, where Big Soso was angry that so it was Zita that was doing all of those things, spoiling people's things and all of that. I say, yeah, it's too late to cry when the head is off. Sure, you get, and then it was so funny, Sha, but it was very interesting as well. Yes, so Dede is trying to move to cable, but I thought I was the only one that was seeing things. I thought it was me that was seeing things that I was not seeing. And I said maybe yesterday night I was too sleepy and I was imagining things. My head was playing a fast one on me. I was correct because she was unnecessarily flirtatious towards K Bobo. And at this point, K Bobo was upset because the only person that managed to pay attention to him was Ivata. And there's something I noticed with K Bobo. K Bobo does not really have the guts to come at women. He prefers the women coming at him. I don't know if I'm correct about that, but what I've noticed so far, he's not so bold because I was surprised at his acceptance of Iverter. Yeah, it's like he does not really have that that I think he's doing Dambo's kid. I know I'm trying to like what Dambo's kid claimed was that he does not go after women, that women come after him, right? So, but unfortunately, we saw him falling for Zita, and it was a beautiful relationship. I liked their relationship. Yeah, it's so unfortunate that the relationship did not keep him in the house because I noticed that this season your ship does not necessarily keep you in the house. Yes, you go when it's time for you to go. It does not necessarily keep you in the house, but um um sheep of this season didn't turn out to be a strategy. If you're in the house, it's because on your own, you have your own game. That's the truth. If you're in that house on your own, you have your own game. Are you getting what I'm trying to say to you? Because in as much as the conclusion they made those days when Kayukumi left, and I don't know why they made such conclusions on Kayukumi more than they did on Dambo's kid, was the fact that they claimed that he isolated himself from the guys. Dambo's kid was always with the guys, but he still got evicted. So I don't understand. Even Dinari was also quite with the guys and he still got evicted. So ship this season, if this housemate will understand, is not really a strategy. Even the ships that are in the house currently, I don't even know, Sha. But this is 8 week and there's no solid ship in that house. Yeah, there's no solid ship in that house aside from Dinari and Doris, which yesterday the second half has gone, which is Dinari. So to me, this season, ship will not keep you. Even if you're in that house, it is individuality. You see, media and bride that are thinking is that their ship that is keeping them. No, that their ship is not what is keeping them. It is just their individual personality that is keeping them in that house. And that's by the way. Okay, let me stop here. Looks like nobody's here yet. Again, Olivia, thank you so much. And I really appreciate your presence here and your support as well. So let's see. Maybe in the evening I'll still come back. I'm tired of making promises, but I'll try. Because it's not easy. Sometimes the day starts like this, and it starts a certain way and it ends a certain way. So sometimes I'll try and come in the evening. Let's say I'll try and make it. Let's say 5 ish there about. But sometimes again, the network is not your friend. I'm not surprised the network is really stable this morning. Yeah, I even uploaded a video on my second channel, and the network was clean. Okay, thank you very, very much. And feel free to drop a comment in the comment section